system, and it installed it inside a folder which we have to go into, and the folder's name is Laravel QRCode admin. So I'm going to highlight it and copy it by pressing Ctrl C on my keyboard, and now I've copied it. I can now type CD. CD means change directory, then Ctrl V to paste, and then enter. We are now inside this directory. So let us open this directory and see what is inside. I'll type start. If you're in Windows, this is how to open a directory. Start, then you put a full stop. You see that period icon, then you press enter. It will now open this directory. Alright, so this directory is open now to show you that our complete Laravel application is installed. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is to run it just to see that it's correctly installed. Of course, if this is the first time, if this is not the first time you're installing a Laravel app, you understand this process. But if this is your first time, that is why I'm just making this taking this process. So you do PHP Artisan serve. I'm doing this for those people that are installing and setting up Laravel for the first time. So once you do this, it is going to spin up a server. Then we'll go to our browser to check it out, and when we check it out, we'll see that this app is running. Okay, our server is now running. It's running at 127.0.0.1 and 8,000. So this number is the same thing as localhost. So if we come here, just open a new tab in our browser and type localhost with colon 8000. That is localhost colon 8000, and press enter. It's the same thing as typing 127.0.0.1 8000. So it looks like something went wrong. Of course, the whole setup is not complete, but at least if this error is throwing up, it means that our Laravel is there. So a number of things have to be fixed. For instance, we need to run this application, PHP Artisan key generate. So I'm going to exit this server. To exit a running server, you press Ctrl C. But when you're building a Laravel app, especially me, I like to leave my server running on one command prompt while running another one. So I'm going to right click. Check this out. This is my command prompt. I'll right click on it here. Right click. It's going to show me this. I'll click on this, and it opens a new command window. Right now, our next challenge is to navigate into this folder. So I'll just copy this. I'll highlight this. Press Ctrl C once. If you press it twice, it will exit the server. To exit the server, you press Ctrl C. All right. So here I'm gonna do CD, what we did before. Right click. Oops. QRCode admin. So right click. That is CD. Right click, so that what we copied will be pasted. We'll hit enter. Okay, so we have this window running our server and we're good with it. Our next window is gonna focus on the rest of the commands we want to run. So now we need to generate a key for our app. Just to show you what I'm trying to do, I'll right click on an empty space and open with VS Code. Now if you don't have VS Code, or you don't know what it is, it's an editor like NetBeans, like a Noosphere PHP editor, like PHP Storm. So depending on what you're using, which editor you're using, you could easily just open this project in the editor. In case you're not using anyone, just go to the internet and type download VS Code. It's owned by Microsoft. That VS Code stands for Visual Studio Code. You understand? You can use it to write your HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, and a whole lot of languages. Alright, so you download it. That's what I'm using. It's not as if it's the best. It just happens to be on my system. Alright, so I've opened this folder in VS Code. As you can see, the folders is the same thing. Now we can start looking at what I wanted to check. I wanted to check on env. This file, you have to rename it. I'll right click. So what I'm walking you through is the process of setting up a Laravel app, fresh Laravel app. So I've right clicked to rename it. I now have to remove the example. Enter, and we're good. If you try to rename it from here, it will not work because Windows does not accept files that end with dots. Some of these names that doesn't have a name. You see, these files don't have a name. They just start with a dot. Normally Windows files are supposed to have a name, then a dot, then an extension like this one. Alright, so when we click on this env file, we can now look at what is inside. I'll highlight this, and then just for your viewing pleasure, I'm going to increase the font size. I'll do Control on my keyboard, then the plus sign. I'll press it twice. Oh, it's too much, so minus. Control the minus sign, then it will reduce. Alright, so this is the default it comes with. As you can see, these are just default settings. As you can see here, the app key is missing, so we need to generate an app key. To do it, you run this command php artisan key :generate. Hit enter, and the application key is generated. If you look here now, you see that the application key now exists. Cool. There are some other things here like the database details that were inserted by default. We don't need it, but let's go and refresh. Remember that there's an error here. We'll reload. So that's it. Our Laravel app